Good evening and welcome to Jackal Spaceport Becca Garage. I'm your host, Mike, and with me is my co-pilot, Jeff.
Hello.
What's happening, buddy?
I'm once again trying to share the show to other Facebook pages, and my phone's just not fast enough. I gotta get a better phone.
I don't know if it's the phone or your lack of button pushing.
That could be a number of things.
It could be a number of things.
Could be lack of confidence, as far as I know. I don't know. How you been, buddy?
Oh, well, today was another exciting day of vacation.
Yay, vacation.
So yesterday and this morning I worked on the garage, and we're going to show a photo of that a little bit later.
I have that where we can actually see it.
Sweet. And then today was ripping bushes out of the front yard.
Awesome.
So, and it looks like Joe's here. Hey, Joe. David has joined us.
Joe says he's not here tonight. Okay.
Oh, I'm not here tonight.
Yeah. The ghost of Joe.
What is vacation? David, vacation is something where you take time off of work and you do work around the house. So,
yep.
But hello, Steve-O. Today, Andy and I went down for our meeting with the Ford dealership to kind of pre-order the Bronco.
Oh, that's right. You guys are talking about getting that new Bronco.
Well, so we did the $100 deposit thing for the Bronco. And then today was like we got a call and the dealership wanted to meet. So we walked into the dealership and we got to see one of the new Broncos. And it looks cool. It wasn't the one we're getting. It was a 4-door, and we're getting a 2-door if we get one. Sat down. He pulled up the same program that we were using online and plugged in all right, you want this? Okay. We signed a piece of paper and then we were done. It was very uneventful.
Awesome.
Well, and it turns out what's going on is the dealerships were allotted so many Broncos.
Right.
They needed to get commitments, not a financial commitment, just a yes, I want one commitment. They had to get 35 of those in order to get all 35 of their Broncos. If they don't get a commitment on all 35 of those Broncos,
they don't get 35 Broncos.
They'll get whatever the number is.
Has Games Workshop bought Ford recently?
Sounds like it. Well, no, because Games Workshop would have said, "Well, pre-order 100 of them. We'll send you 5."
Yeah, that many. Okay, cool. Here's your one.
Yeah, here's your one. So anyways, but it was uneventful. Like it was like it's the same program that everybody's been using online,
right?
And it is what it is.
Well,
anywho, but that was about it. Tomorrow I scrape up all the rocks out of the front yard and start digging the sprinkler system.
Woo! How many more days of vacation you got?
I go back on Sunday.
So. Oh, you got a full.
No, Andy's keeping me busy.
Yeah, well,
it is.
Well, see, I did some yard work today. I kind of watched the maintenance guys do some stuff in the yard behind my apartment, and then I watched the maintenance guys fix a leak in another apartment. There's my stuff.
There you go. So I guess we could show everyone the work I did in my garage.
We could.
So Jackal Garage is officially up and running. I reorganized and rebuilt my shelf or my workbench shelf. It's kind of
we got 2 picks tonight. We're going to start with, then I've got one. So
all right. And let me squeeze. Okay.
There we go.
So there is my Jackal Garage. What my problem is I used to have my drill press on my workbench.
Right.
And I had all my power tools on a shelf. I have like a belt sander, grinder, and all that stuff.
Right.
And anytime I wanted to use them, I had to pull everything out and put it on the workbench. And my workbench usually is cluttered with stuff that I'm chopping up.
Right.
Why? Uh, because my sprinkler system isn't that hard to do. Just let her know. I only got like a little bit of sprinkler system to do. So what I did is I built an L-shape shelf, and I made the middle section pretty big because I want to install lights up above.
Right.
And I wanted to put my drill press on it. So drill press is pretty big.
Yeah.
And so that's what I got going on. That big silver toolbox you see sitting there by the shelf.
The one on the far left side of the picture.
Not the one, not the far
rigger?
left. The one up against the wall. It's on the workbench.
Oh
You see
yeah,
that?
yeah. Huh?
Yeah, that's all full of Hot Wheels.
Yeah, this one right here.
Well,
I'm
can't.
circling it with a cursor.
I can't see it.
Yeah,
Oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is. That one right there.
Okay, I have to remember to circle it on the screen I'm sharing, not the screen I'm viewing. That one right. I have severe brain damage, so
that's okay.
Give me a break.
So underneath that bench on that bottom shelf, the thing covered in the tan towel is my chop saw.
Yeah.
And then I just got random tools, and I got all stuff up above. But yeah, so that's Jackal Garage. I got some shelving that I'm going to put on the drywall. Ooh. And just some decorative things. And yeah, so that's what I spent.
Is your garage air conditioned?
No.
So this is where you work in the winter?
No, I'll be out there when it's 120.
Working on Hot Wheels?
Yeah. I just won't be out there long.
Okay.
I like the braces. I just use 3 1/4-inch screws. Those brackets are something I've used for a long time. We built some of the tables over at IOG with those brackets. It just makes life easier because you just chop them to size, David, and screw them in. You're done.
I actually would do what he's talking about, and then actually add those later because I don't like. I've had stuff fall before.
Yeah.
So I kind of overbuild.
The only hard thing is my garage floor is not level.
Oh, that's awesome.
So when I built it, I kind of built it away from in the center of the garage, like most people would do, and then slid it into place, and then it was all out of whack. So what
you're telling me is this little wheelie cart here is Velcroed to the side of this so it doesn't start rolling away.
Yes.
It doesn't roll away.
Yes. Actually, the wheels are locked.
There you go. That'll do
it. But yes, it's I don't know. It's because my hot water heater's in the back corner.
Right.
So I think it's got a little bit of a slope for drainage in case the hot water heater blows.
That makes sense. I always find it. I understand because if you wouldn't have said your water heater's back there, and you said it's for drainage, I would have laughed. I said drainage for what?
Right. No, my hot water heater's back there. So
it's not a hot water heater. It heats your water. The water doesn't come in hot. You're not heating the hot water.
Whoa. You're absolutely incorrect about that. When it's 120 outside, my water comes in from the city hot.
That is actually correct. And I stand corrected on that because I completely forgot what area of the country you live in what's known as hell.
And David likes my floors. His are like that too. Yeah, they're epoxy floors.
Should have used epoxy sculpt. Much better.
Yes. So that's what I spent a couple days doing on my vacation, which I'm really happy about. And I spent this morning drilling out some cars.
It looks great.
Yeah, thank you. So that's Jackal Garage for you.
It looks great.
Yeah.
Now we can take this picture now and redo your intro video with this garage.
There you go.
Yeah. So
there you go.
I think I'll try to get to that. Not this week. I got too much. I got 7 doctor's appointments this week.
Spicy water heater. I don't know what Steve's talking about. Don't you hate it when you get a spicy water heater?
I have no idea. It's Steve.
Hot water heater. I get it now. You're fine, Steve. It's just Steve.
He's glazing.
Maybe.
Glazing has become my term for just weird behavior.
And all those tubs in the back are Christmas decorations.
Those are all Hot Wheels?
No, those are all holiday decorations.
Hot Wheels decorations.
No, the Hot Wheels are actually hidden behind the shelf. There's like 5 tubs behind the shelf of Hot Wheels. Andy finally saw my collection of Hot Wheels in the garage.
Well, I'm amazed that you're not here with broken ribs.
But did you see the shirt? Oh, we'll go back when we go to full screen. I'll show you the shirt I'm wearing.
Well, let me show my one picture, and then we'll go back. I do work on Hot Wheels. This is my latest. This is my Big Air Bel Air.
All right.
That I've been working on.
Ooh.
So that's the paint job for that. And then I'll be working on the chassis and the front of it as today moves forward. But I got to do all the trim and all this stuff on it. But I just finished.
But I love how those flames turned out.
I screwed up on the flames in one respect. That before I shot the purple, I wanted to give them a nice airbrush of gloss coat on them so they would match the purple paint.
Right.
And I forgot to do that. And so I had to go back and brush a gloss on. And it's not as smooth as I wanted it to be, but it'll do it. It'll do in a pinch. And the way I did the flames. Have you ever seen flames on a burning car? How
like
they
real flames?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like on a moving car, they don't have the same consistency. They're more like this, where you can actually. I want to get that kind of the wind blowing them back kind of a look, which is why they're kind of even as far as where the colors are at. But it doesn't look bad. I'm not unhappy with it. So,
Steve, we know you're not right in the head, buddy.
But yeah, we've done that for a while, dude. There you go. All right, let's see the shirt. Full screen.
Oh, let me take full screen. So this was my Valentine's present from Andy.
Eggs, milk, bread. She made that herself. You know?
No, she bought it off of Etsy for me, so that was my.
There you go. That'll work.
That was my Valentine's. So she encourages me. She encourages me to buy more Hot Wheels.
I'm drinking.
I understand that.
I put anyways in that one. Sorry.
That's all I've been kind of up to.
So what you working on today?
I've got a mountain of stuff. So let me switch cameras and we'll just get started.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna tinker around with the Big Air Bel Air today. So let me do.
I've got a bunch going. So let me cover this up so I don't blind everybody. Oh, hey, it helps if you plug your camera in. There we go.
My second cable light's fighting me.
Woo, I was not prepared. All right, I'm going to take full screen real fast, buddy, and I'll go over everything that I'm working on.
Knock yourself out.
So first, I am working on asteroids. Darren gave me 4 boxes of asteroids. I just got these kind of primed up. Kind of uneventful. Here's the bug that I've been working on.
Yeah.
So I got wheels on it. And I got that motor. I love this engine, this plane motor.
That looks fantastic.
And then we already got this done. So what I need to do next is I want to put meshing around the windows. And then this is ready for paint. On this, only thing I need to do tonight is put on the new wheels. So once I get the wheels on, we'll be good. And then this will be ready for paint.
Sweet.
And then for this truck, I finally decided what I'm going to do for guns on it.
Right.
Basically, I'm just going to put some tubes coming out the front. See this white tube?
Yeah.
And I'm just going to have a couple tubes sticking out like that for guns in the front. I want to keep that clean look. I thought about doing the tripod mounted guns in the back, but they would have to stick up so high to do any of that kind of stuff. And I just didn't like it. Plus, I don't have any standing figures to put controlling the gun. So I was just going to.
That was the issue with the big artillery piece I did.
Yeah. I need to get more people. So yeah, so that's all I'm going to do for that.
Sweet.
And then we're still working on this. I've started work on David's suggestion. So I got a base coat of yellow down on the fenders.
Mm-hmm.
And then I clear coated it.
Right.
Because what I'll do is I'll take pencil and I'll just draw the lines on with pencil to kind of make sure I get my spacing right.
Right.
And then I'll go in with some black paint and paint them up. And then once that's done, I'm just going to dust it. And there we go.
Sweet.
So, and then tonight, this is the 2001 Bronco right here.
Right.
I want to paint this up for Andy. So this is just going to be a custom paint job.
Nice.
So I'm going to dunk this in paint stripper so I can get it stripped and get that going. And then I also took 2 of these cars apart because I was really curious about this little dice.
Right.
Remember my little dice rolling?
I do.
So I took this apart to kind of see what this was all about. And this is the dice itself.
Nice. Yeah.
So what I might end up doing is just giving the ends a little bit of a file to flatten them out just a little bit.
Right.
So that way when it ends its rotation, hopefully it doesn't end cockeyed.
So it always ends true.
Yeah, I want it to end true, so there's no question about where the number landed.
Yeah, no cockle dice.
Right. So this is just going to be more of an experiment.
Right.
To see if that works.
Sweet.
If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. And it only goes in one way. So I put those together, paint the pips so they can, I'll end up painting the pip. I'll probably end up painting the whole dice.
Paint the pip so you can tread it.
Well, I'm assuming he meant read it.
He's glazing as well.
Everybody's glazing.
Everybody's glazing anymore.
And then I took one of these. I took one of these bad boys apart, the Lethal Diesels.
Yeah.
Because I really think this is a cool car.
Uh-huh.
And I just wanted to see what it all entailed inside. And basically, that's your inside.
Okay.
So, well, it gives me an opportunity. Like the engine's connected here, so I can probably save the engine.
That car was designed for me.
Yes, exactly.
No interior.
So what I'll end up doing is I'll strip the chrome. And I also need to take it to my belt sander because this is supposed to be a soft top because it's got a little ridge in it.
Right.
I want to file that ridge out because
right.
I want to make it look like it's a hard top.
Got it.
And I think that little ridge, it's a little detail, but I think that little ridge makes it look like a soft top. So,
cool.
But this car just has a lot of cool features to it, like this front, all the pipe, all the tubing or suspension up front with these pipes and wires and gas tank. It's got a good look to it.
There's a lot of stuff going on with that car.
Right. So I just want to gas lance it up and see how it turns out. So anywho, I want to get this stuff done first, get it into the strippers and
real quick, if I can get full screen in just a moment, I'll show you guys what the big air Bel Air is going to look like when it's all said and done.
Ooh.
That is my
Is it still lift?
Huh?
Does the
no
log...
it is good solid. I couldn't get the actual lifting part, but I actually still want to put the chains on it to show where give it the illusion that it can be moved.
Right.
That's how they raise it and lower it when they're driving. These lovely chains. I don't know if you can see the chains are there.
I love it.
I got some more detail work to do on the chassis, and then I'll detail the body out later. But that's pretty much the gist of my version of the big air Bel Air.
I love it.
So I'm going to look at it. Now I have got this massively growing headache, so I'm going to stay on as long as I can. But there may come a point where I'm just going to go, nope, I'm out. So I may sign off tonight. That's
all right.
But I'll be here as long as I can. But it's just starting to pound. All these lights on me right now are starting to get worse.
Because you're famous, buddy.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I got a mountain.
Infamous.
Infamous. Just got a mountain of stuff here. I gotta go through.
Like a whole week's with a live stream, just what you're talking about today. Oh.
Well, I'm really happy I got the garage cleaned up and making it more functional.
That's always it's amazing. I know when I had a garage, even with my table, because my table in my master bedroom, and my studio takes up over half of my master bedroom.
Right.
And when I get that organized, because about once a month I've got to stop, and because I've been working so much, I just kind of throw things back, and I don't keep it as organized as I should.
Right.
So that's just a great feeling when I finally get it organized and it's all back to where it should be, and I actually feel like I can accomplish more with it like that.
Well, I lose the garage completely, usually from October till January.
Why is that?
Because Andy loves Christmas.
Oh yeah, all her craft stuff. Yeah.
And all of her Christmas stuff comes down.
Right.
And there's tubs every place. You know, we put it back up when we're the best we can, but there's just so much stuff down.
Yeah, absolutely.
That it just makes it hard.
I forgot she's really into that kind of stuff. And
well, you know, we have like 4 or 5 Christmas trees we put up. So
yeah, nope, I understand. I get it. I do.
So it's kind of crazy. Yep, citrus strip, you guys, you all know how much I love my citrus strip.
Good stuff.
Only good on metal. It can do plastic, but it will destroy it. So if you want to destroy plastic, I suggest you put it in citrus strip.
It is actually really good stuff.
Yeah, I love it. I love it a lot. I need a tub. I need a tub. I save all these food. These are like lunch meat containers. And I save them for my projects.
Well, along with all my other ailments, all my other things I'm actually doing, I had one other thing that I'll show the guys that's going on with me. That it's kind of, I think my most tragic ailment right now is what I picked up from watching the show. And it was a sudden urge to paint one of these guys.
Oh no!
I don't know who that is, but I've been. That's where I worked on him for a little bit on Saturday after the show because I've always loved the model. So I thought Saturday's my day. I try to work on my own stuff, but I got this model in and I was kind of itching. So there's a preview. Don't tell Lenny or Don.
Oh, they're gonna find. They're gonna find out. So we've already decided what wheels we're gonna use on this car, and this is I'm gonna use the wheels from the Implement of Carnage set.
Ooh.
Because I want it to be able to show off product, because this is one of Darren's cars. So I want to be able to show off products that he sells, and this is one of them.
Woo!
And I really like these. So these wheels are double-sided. You have like a mag side, and then you have a spoke side.
Right.
And I'll put the mag side on this car because this looks like a race car.
I would agree. I absolutely agree.
It's a great little car, though. I love it. Good thing I have like 4 more of them. Because I'll build one for myself. Yeah, and that toolbox. Oh, when I first got into doing this, I was buying like used cars at like Goodwills and off of Facebook.
Right.
And I would just go through and I'd get like 200, 300 cars from somebody.
Right.
And I'd go through and just take out all the cool ones that I wanted. And then I'd take all the crappy ones and they're in like a tote in the garage. So I kind of have mountains of cars.
So I know you're on vacation
and
you've been busy, but have you had a chance to watch WandaVision yet?
No, I still have not had a chance to watch WandaVision.
And now the only reason I'm asking is because I want to see, because I originally, we talked about what you were, not the problem you were having, but the thing you kept questioning about it.
It was just weird.
It is weird. And I was just kind of making sure that it was going to follow up to make sure that if you thought the episode, I told you the episode you haven't seen yet is the one that starts kind of giving you a little bit of explanation of what's going on.
Right.
Or starts piecing things together for you.
But it's like you got to get through the first 3.
Yeah.
The first 2.
I just wanted to see if my assumption that would actually give you a little bit more of a direction with the show is all I'm really trying to follow up on.
Yeah. don't think I'll be seeing it anytime soon.
Yeah, it sounds like you're kind of swamped with your sprinklers and.
Well, and when we do get together, there's Andy's into a lot of her shows.
Yep.
And I'm easily distracted. So, like, she'll start like last night we watched Men in Kilts.
I have that. I've seen that. It's I think it's on either Apple TV.
Well, I don't know if we watched it on Stars.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's two guys from Outlander.
Uh-huh.
And she's a big she's met the one guy, the older guy.
Right.
Like, he was at Comic-Con. I don't know if she met him or I don't know. I don't remember.
Aren't they touring Scotland?
Yeah.
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 Yep. I actually want to see that myself.
It was interesting. Like, well, first Scotland's interesting. But the two actors just kind of have a goofy sense of humor. Like, they're just goofy.
Welcome to Scotland.
Yeah. And again, learned a little bit about Scotland that I didn't know. So
I've got two good mates that are from Scotland, and they have a very odd sense of humor.
Yeah, these guys have an odd sense of humor.
Yeah, they do. They absolutely do.
But learned about Scottish whiskey.
Yeah. Okay.
First of all, it's their number one export.
Yep.
And I didn't know about the peat moss. That's how they dry out the malt.
Right.
And first of all, I didn't know what peat moss really was.
Okay.
And it's a fossil fuel, which is interesting.
Yes, it is.
And it was just kind of cool. Like, they actually harvest this peat moss to. Yeah. So it was just neat.
My first job out of the Army was at a peat moss plant where we bag, because peat moss is also used a lot in gardening and that in agriculture.
Right.
And my first job after the military was working in a peat bog, bagging peat moss. But the first job I had was when they go out into the bog and they take these big end loaders and scoop it up, and then they dump it on a conveyor belt that runs it through a shaker, and the shaker breaks it up and separates it to what you want to use and what you don't want to use. But the shaker was so old that it was full of holes, and good peat moss would fall through onto the ground below. And it was like a snowstorm. It was falling so heavily. And my first job was shoveling that back onto the conveyor belt.
Oh boy, that sounds like a fun job.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. That's one of my buddies was telling me about that. Because he worked in an area that had an ancient. That's the other thing about the UK. When they talk about, when you say, hey, this business is kind of old, or, oh yeah, it was founded in the 1950s. They have distilleries back there that have been around a lot longer.
Yeah. Yes. Well, they have restaurants that have been around a lot longer.
There's a really great bar. It's not in Scotland. I think it's somewhere in the UK, but it's basically in a what we would call a storm cellar. It's literally underground, and there's tree roots and other roots coming through the walls. It's that, but it's been around since like 17 or early or mid 1700s or later than that. It's insane. It's like almost 400 years old. It's really crazy. Cool. Yeah. So, but the guy that lived near a distillery, they used to have a tradition there that every night before the shift ended, the shift would all get together and they'd do a shot of their grain alcohol.
Yeah.
They had to stop that tradition because nowadays people live much longer than they did back when the distillery was first founded, back when 35 was considered old.
Right.
A lot of their older employees started going blind.
Uh-oh.
Because of the alcohol they were producing. Because that it will affect your eyes if you drink too much of it. Any kind of a hard liquor like that will do that. Yeah, I always thought that story was kind of funny.
That's a bit crazy.
I kind of went off on a tangent there.
All right. You learn so much watching our shows.
One being
We
that
are not just a modeling show. We are also a world history educational program.
Jeff never shuts up show.
No.
I'm doing that now just to kind of ignore the fact that my head is throbbing.
You're talking to ignore your head is throbbing?
The talking is keeping me from, letting me ignore the fact that my head is pounding.
Well, then talk away, buddy.
Steve said something is so good. I'm thinking he's talking about grain alcohol.
I think he might have been referring to WandaVision because I think that's when he popped that up.
Oh, that's right. He's talking. I'll take it back. Pure grain alcohol. Oh, good.
Ugh.
If it was John Daly, then yeah, I would understand that.
Pure grain alcohol. That's rough.
I gotta tell you, for my own self, I'm a big John and I used to look at catalogs to get single malts and dream of the day we could actually go down to and buy a $400 bottle of scotch.
Well, you could go buy a $400 bottle of scotch. It's just paying rent would be optional.
Yeah, but it's so good. But drinking it is bad.
I don't know if it's so good. Like the first taste is good. Like, could you just buy a taste of it?
Well, that's really kind of technically all you're really supposed to do with a bottle like that. You have one little bit, you sip it, and then you put it away for until the next time. You don't sit down and drink a bottle like that in one evening.
Right.
I mean, that's
what Jack Daniels is for.
Well, that's where my love of alcohol went from being, I enjoy this, to being, okay, I've got a problem, is because I would buy a bottle of Jack and that would be my evening. It's like, no, that's not how this is supposed to work, Jeffrey.
Yeah, Steve was talking Wanda.
It is good. It is massively good.
Well, and I know tomorrow night it's not going to happen because we're going to celebrate Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. You're going out for your steak and.
Yeah, we're going out to Fleming's
and all that stuff. Yeah. That sounds like a lot of fun.
I'm
doing a light bar on front of the front roll cage.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Kind of impressed with myself. I haven't put my goggles on yet.
Yeah, I need to bite the bullet and go get my eyes checked.
Yeah.
I was squinting at the phone all day. So.
Well, I'm glad your vacation is going well, bud, because I know you needed it.
Oh yeah, thank you, buddy. It's been fun so far. Like, I'm not getting anything major done.
Well, the thing is, what you're not doing is dealing with all the stress and turmoil of my
boss.
That I was going to say that, but I'll let you do it. I wasn't going to say that. I'll let you do it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I'll have my buddy's model done this week. Thursday night, I am going to be taking part in Lenny's and Beth's Call of Cthulhu RPG.
Oh, nice.
Guess what I'll be playing?
What will you be playing?
A bass player.
Oh, there you go. That works.
I guess I got a little, just like a short, like part of an adventure, like, and it takes place at a speakeasy.
Right. Oh, speakeasies are awesome.
And I told him I'd do a one-off character. I don't want to commit to a full-fledged RPG. Right.
Yep. No, I get it.
So.
Well, I have a standing invitation to join their game, but I'm actually gonna, until I may actually have to drop out of my normal Thursday night game with Adam, because I got so many medical things going on and procedures coming up that I'm not even sure I'm going to have time or I'm going to feel like it. So yeah, they want me to come into the game, and I really want to. I love Cthulhu, but I think I'm just going to hold off on anything until I see where all this stuff is going.
Yeah, I don't know. Cthulhus are like zombies to me.
The thing I like about Cthulhu is the fact, if you're playing, they usually play Gaslight, which I think is what they're playing. So
I don't know what they're playing.
Yeah, Cthulhu by Gaslight, I think is because that's set more back in the
20s,
and 30s. which is always really cool. So I plan on, once I get through all this stuff, that I was gonna jump in on that game. Vroom vroom.
Look at that.
I got to do the lights back here on the roll bar.
I might have to go with a bigger axle on these.
Bigger axle.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I like going all the way through the wheels. That way I got plenty of material.
Yeah, I do the same thing, buddy.
On that truck, I'm going to put dualies on the back.
You know, I love me some dualies.
Yeah. I was also like, have you seen some semis have like, instead of having two, having dualies?
One gigantic wide tire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about maybe taking some of the Hot Wheels, some of the bigger Hot Wheel tires.
Right.
Glue them together.
Yeah.
And then taking some epoxy sculpt to clean them all out and make it one big tire. Yeah,
believe it or not, those tires actually give tractors of that nature a little smoother ride, from what I'm hearing. Then
I just think it looks cool.
It looks very cool. But the dualies, because of just their design, generate a lot more noise.
Right.
Because the just the air, the gap between them and everything else, and they don't really serve a purpose anymore today like they used to. So
one big tire works just fine.
Just fine. Yeah. Yep.
Well, and technology's come so far with tires and everything, just everything.
Well, it used to be when you're in a big truck like that and you're on the road, you blew a tire, you didn't have to immediately stop. You could go on to your next destination or your next stop. Right. Anymore though, with the amount what we have in the world today, you don't really need it. The bigger tires, I think, are actually overall, I think they're cheaper. And then of course tire technology has improved dramatically. So, but
you don't need to buy.
Yeah, you don't need to buy those huge, gigantic dualies.
You got to buy a huge, gigantic rim.
Yeah, true. Very true.
So that's why I'm definitely going dualies, but I'm gonna toy around with that idea of just putting on like one really sick, big wheel on the back.
That'd be very cool, actually.
And believe it or not, I don't have tires that size in my collection anyplace. So I will actually have to make them.
Oh no!
Oh no! I'll have to be crafty.
You'll have new hobby stuff.
It's a tragedy. All right.
What's going on?
What's that?
It sounds like a giant stapler just charged into your room.
Oh no, that's just me putting all my drill stuff away. Sorry.
No worries. It was like, whoa, stapler.
I also pulled this out.
Oh,
I'm gonna get back to work on this, doing the tracks on the Volkswagen bus.
That sounds fun.
But I need to do some design stuff on it. So,
well, I had a milestone over the weekend.
How did you pass it?
An internet? No, not a kidney stone. A milestone. Over the weekend, I had my most viewed pick ever.
Was it your wolf?
Yeah.
With your non-metallic metallic?
It's not. No. That's my hound of Markai. My wolfen, the white one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm actually I'm almost to 400 views, 400 likes, I should say. I've always, I think up to that point, like 180 have been my biggest. This one's up to not on one Facebook page. It's up to almost 400.
Which Facebook page?
I belong to a Space Wolf global page.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so it's a page for us Space Wolf guys.
It's the pound puppies.
So some guy said that my wolfen looked like a throwback to 90s cartoons, and he said he liked it, but that's what it reminded me of. And I said, well, I said, I have to be honest with you. Whenever I'm painting my wolfen, I actually always think of an old show I watched in the '70s called Thundar the Barbarian, and I keep thinking of Ukla the Mock. I don't know if you remember Thundar. May have been a little bit before your time, youngster.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. If you ever get a chance, go online and just type in Thundar the Barbarian, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And you'll see his companion, Ukla.
It's the dog cage. I love Steve.
Well, there we go. That was easy.
All righty. Snip, snip.
That just happened to my daughter's dog.
What's that?
Snip, snip.
Oh.
He's not a happy camper.
It's important. He nips.
It is important, and we found there's an actual a vet in Delaware that is so motivated by making sure people get their animals spayed
and neutered.
That's all they do, and because that's all they do, they can drop the price down.
Yep.
Where I mean, it was right at to get her dog Bear Bear. Bear Bear, that's his name, Bear Bear. He's a little terrier of some kind. He's actually a really cute dog. I actually enjoy him a lot. But she got him done for, it was like $120. And so, because there are some places they were charging upwards of $300 to $400.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes it off. But she decided that to help promote people being able to do that, her practice only does that. And so because of the fact she's making it up in volume, so she can charge less.
Well, your supplies are different. Like you don't have to supply all the other stuff.
Yep. And they were really great for COVID, because they haven't closed. What you do is you just pull it up, and one of the vet techs come out. You fill out your paperwork, and you hand them the dog, and then basically you leave. And then at some point during the day, they call you, and you come back. But there was a line of like 15 cars. It was like an ATM at a bank. Sweet. And you just line up, and then one person goes in and picks him up. When you finish paperwork out, one person can leave the car and take the dog in, and then they call you when he's done, or when your pet's done, and then you go pick them up. But it was like they do something like 30 a day. There was like one or two vets in there. I think there were like two vets in there that are actually doing the surgeries.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's just a really nice. They're really kind of just, hey, it's important to get this done. So let's try to make it as economically feasible for you as we can. So, all right. So I have all of that done now. I'm not going to paint the chains until I actually have the body mounted to the chassis.
The chain gang.
I just want to see what it looks like with all that. I mean, the interior is completely painted. The exterior is painted as far as all the equipment and stuff. And there's get the body to snap in place here. Ooh, look at that.
Look at that. That works great, man, because that green and that yellow.
Yeah, and then I'm going to bring these down. So I think I just want to do I got to do the body trim here. I really hate the fact of that blue because it is bright purple. But in the lights I'm in, it's coming off in this kind of this almost navy blue.
Yeah, so, it's got a little blue hue to it.
Yeah, it is. Let's see. Now I think. I'm going to share a screen again if you don't mind taking a moment to.
Hold on 1 second. I broke everything. All right, here we go. There you go. Oh, sorry, you wanted to share screen.
Yeah, share screen. I think there you can see that it's purple.
It's a little dark.
Yeah, still not quite the right color.
I broke this axle.
Oh no. Oh.
I bent it.
All right. So this thing is all I need to do now is detail out this body, and this thing's ready to go together.
Sweet.
And I actually spent about 20 minutes today trying to find a home for all of my Hot Wheels that I've done. It's like I didn't realize I had so many.
You're a Hot Wheel junkie like me.
I wouldn't go that far. Not yet. Not yet. It's in remission.
It's in remission.
Oh.
So I'm looking at this axle. It's just kind of cockeyed.
Cockeyed.
That's what I was having a problem with. I kept trying to bend the wheels to adjust the axle.
Oh yeah.
And it's just a little cockeyed.
I'm glad that you said that, because that lets me know I'm not the only one that does that.
What, it says cockeyed?
No, bends the axle to get it where you need it to go.
Well, I'm just gonna glue it. So
yeah, no, but I a lot of times to get them to line up, I'll have to bend it, because I'm thinking Mike would be upset if he saw me doing this.
Oh, I do it all the time.
So I said that's why I said it makes me feel better.
Well, I am here to make you feel better, Jeff.
Well, that's how it's supposed to be.
Let's see. Just trying to get these things to line up. The one thing that bugs me the most is when you put all the wheels on and the car wobbles.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I hate that.
It bugs me. Now with the resin wheels, I can just file down on the wheels, and I should be able to do that with these as well, because these are just plastic. But sometimes you can't do it with the Hot Wheels.
Right.
So
I actually looked up. Jonathan on Saturday's show said he had got his Vortex paint shaker in.
yeah.
So to be honest, I've not seen that yet. So I actually looked it up. I'm kind of impressed with it.
And what is the Vortex shaker?
The Vortex shaker actually uses a spin motion, where mine is like a shaker you see it like at Lowe's.
Right.
You know, this one you actually hold the bottle on it, and then it rotates underneath it and creates a vortex inside the bottle.
Okay.
From the motion below, it doesn't spin the bottle. It actually shakes it in a way that spins the contents inside of it.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about picking one up for myself, because I actually liked it so much. So
this is going to bug me.
Wobbly.
Yep. And you know what I'll do? Is someone backing up?
Yeah, I was waiting for someone to say something, because it's driving me up a wall. Somebody outside there's probably another ambulance out in the front. I had the EMTs and ambulance and everything, because I live at the end of a run. So there's only one way. When I pull out of the parking lot, there's only one way I can go.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an ambulance and like 4 fire trucks blocking my road, so I can't get out of the apartment complex. And I was like, and they were there for like 45 minutes, and I felt really bad after, because I was ranting and raving in my car, going, "Why do you have to block the road? Blah blah blah." And then I found out when I got back that one of my neighbors had passed away, so I felt really bad.
Oh, that sucks.
I felt really bad. I was like, well, "Way to go, Jeff! You big clod." You know. So.
All right, I got that fixed.
Yay, fixed.
So now what we do is we flood the whole thing with super glue, so that it never moves again.
So it can never make that violation again.
No, I'll do it again. Yeah, I just dropped it.
That'll do it.
But it'll work. It didn't do it bad. So anyways, got the wheels on that. So now I'll just let that super glue dry. Put all this stuff away. Voila, voila, voila. One of the other things I want to do to this is I don't like these exhaust pipes on the side.
Right.
So I'm going to get some plastic tubing and maybe just cut a section out and just kind of overlay it over the metal, because it's a metal bottom.
Right.
So just kind of overlay it over those pipes to make them round.
Yeah,
Because they're like, I think this is an old car from the 90s.
right.
It's just gotten bashed up from being in just, a Hot Wheel that a kid played with.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but I'm not going to touch this until that super glue dries.
I can understand that.
That wheel's, I'm just going to have to live with that wheel being cocked out a little bit.
Yeah. Remember, we're not entering in. We don't have to take these down to the parking lot in downtown Glendale and show it off later. It's not like, a big car show or anything.
You never know.
It's true. Not until the Model Expo.
Yes. And there's supposed to be a toy show coming up in March.
Ooh.
Guess where I'll probably be.
Toy show?
Toy show.
Well, get the first bit of trimming done.
Look at that. You're not going to weather that up, are you?
No.
Okay. So this is going to be like off the floor.
I did my weathering job to show you I could do weathering. I don't plan on going back.
Well, I knew you could do weathering.
Well, everybody always give me a hard time. Jeff never weathers. So, okay, I'm going to show you if I can do it, but I don't have any intention of going back and doing any more weathering.
You did it once, you're done.
You saw it. Okay, I'm done. I'm moving on now.
Yes.
And I'm going to last about another 10, 15 minutes, and then I'm going to cut out.
Yeah, it's almost that time anyways.
It's true. I hate to be a big party pooper.
Yeah, it's all right. The screen mesh of life. Best stuff ever.
The reason Jeff doesn't have to paint interior.
Well, you use the super tight screen mesh.
Yes.
I use the aluminum stuff.
I use photo etch brass.
Yeah, I don't have photo etch brass.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix that for you.
I looked at it. It's like shipping was ridiculous. And I was like, well, I'm not going to pay that.
From who?
Green Stuff World or something.
Yeah, that's crazy. Let me find you. There's a guy here in the States that does it. You can get it real cheap.
Yeah, it was just like, I ain't paying that for that.
Yeah, no, we'll get you sorted out.
All right. I know a guy.
And of course, GW today decides to let me know that, hey, we got Space Marine Codexes back in stock. Well, that doesn't do me any good now.
Well, they got them back in stock though.
I don't know for how long, don't they? So we'll see. Hopefully, Daryl will be able to get some in. Then I'm set. But
well, we'll see. I don't hold my breath.
There's some debris got into my gloss coat here on my flames. I'm a little disappointed.
Well, it is the Castlands though.
Yeah, there's no weathering.
Just call it weathering.
It's weathering.
I love the screen mesh. So I still haven't heard anything back yet. I don't expect to probably hear anything back from the LVO group.
Yeah. Yeah, they're probably pretty swamped right now.
They're not the best communicators.
Yeah, that's true too.
Especially, I'm not talking 40K.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Well, plus there's probably just one guy that's in charge of all the non-GW related product or related events. And he's probably, he does it part time, so.
All right, so we're just going to do a little bit more. This is one of those things: measure 14 times, cut once.
There you go. Always important.
Just because once you get your screen in place, then you can just push it with your fingers. Helps if I'm on screen. Now that habit you have
of drifting closer and closer to your face, and your model ends up slowly leaving the screen.
It's like drifting, gone.
Yeah, every time I come back to paint, I'm a little farther. Especially now because I zoom in a lot more than I used to. So it it makes it even more critical that I get centered.
The things we do for streaming.
Things we do for streaming.
All right. Got it in place. Now we'll just flood it with super glue. This is how you build Gaslands, guys. Just flood it with super glue.
Super glue and accelerator. Super glue and accelerator.
All right. I put so much super glue on I filled one of the holes on the screen mesh.
I'm trying to decide if I want to Chrome. I don't think I'm going to.
What's that?
The posts, the window posts.
That's a tough one, man, because they would have been Chrome.
Yeah, I just don't. They don't have any definitive areas where they show where the Chrome stops and the paint job continues. So I'm just going to leave them the color of the body.
There you go.
Look at that. Got the grill done. Got the light rings done.
You got progress.
I have some progress.
So I'm not going to do the side windows. I'm just doing the front and the back window on this.
Yeah, no one's going to shoot him through the side window.
Well,
it wouldn't be cinematically as effective.
It is TV.
Yes, it's true.
So it's getting really hard to watch Grey's Anatomy.
Why?
Because Andy knows a lot about medical stuff.
I bet it is.
She says it's pretty good accuracy-wise, but
yeah, still. Sometimes they change a term or a procedure for effect.
Well, she gets like, doctors would never do that. Doctors would never help a nurse.
There's a great YouTube channel that I actually subscribe to called Legal Eagle.
Yeah.
And he actually reviews movies because he's a practicing attorney, and he actually watches these shows and then also any legal stuff that comes up on the news. He actually does reviews to let you know, give you the insight into if it's like a legal issue on TV. He'll talk about the legal laws and stuff that govern what's going on. But my favorite part is that he actually goes through movies and reviews if they have legal stuff in them, like actual trials and anything that a lawyer would have an opinion on. He actually will go through and tell you how it actually would work. Like he did Idiocracy, which was it was hilarious. Listening to Idiocracy and review that one.
Well, Idiocracy's
yeah, and he does his favorite legal movie is My Cousin Vinny.
Really?
Yeah, because he actually talks about the procedures and how the court is run, and he tells you how it actually would be. And he actually told me, he said in the video that the closing arguments and all the stuff that goes on, some of that's actually still used in law school as how to properly handle, like chain of evidence and how to properly handle disclosure stuff, the Brady laws and that kind of thing. So
sweet.
So, Mike, I'm going to call it a night, buddy. I'm really sorry, guys. And I don't mean to bail on you early, but my head is just throbbing.
All right. So, well, I'm going to kind of just chill out and still work on the stuff that I have.
Yeah, you can go right ahead, big man. Like I said, I'm sorry to be bailing on you, but the stuff you and I talked about is actually starting to occur. So I'm going to call it a night. I will see everybody Wednesday night, unless my doctor's appointments start Wednesday. So I'm 99% positive I'll have a show Wednesday night. There'll be a Wolf's Den. But should that change, I'll let you, and I'll put something on the Facebook page.
Sounds good, buddy. You take care. Have a good night. Get plenty of rest.
All right, guys. I'll chat with you guys later. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye. All right, you guys. Well, I will talk as much as I possibly can. It's kind of hard to talk to yourself. I'm just putting my screen mesh away, which doesn't want to go back in the bag. So the mesh that I'm using is just aluminum. So it's really pliable and easy to put into the car. And when I put it in, I just give it 2 little spots. I glue it down. And then once the super glue is dry, then I'll go ahead and get a little bit more aggressive and push it into the corners so that's a little bit more flat. But you can see how that mesh turns out. Just gives the car a really nice look, gives it kind of that post-apocalyptic look. The only reason I don't want to do the windows is in Gaslands, your cars, your passengers and your drivers can actually lean out the window and shoot handguns and throw like Molotov cocktails and different things like that. So it's one of the reasons why I don't want to do the windows, so that the passengers and the drivers can still throw stuff out the window. So we'll just let that dry, and I'll let it dry overnight, and then I'll finish it up tomorrow. And then these are the wheels that I put on this car. And I just like the way they look. Gives the car a nice stance. And again, I'm going to let this totally dry before I start working on these exhaust pipes. And then from here, I wanted to work on this. So this is the other chopped up car that I created. And David had the suggestion with the hazard stripes on the fenders, so they kind of stood out, because before they were black and everything kind of got lost. So what I did is I got a base coat down, and I'm just going to kind of go through with like a pencil. And I got this silver pencil. So let's see if I can get this so you guys can see kind of what I'm going to do. The wheels actually have like the tread on them, and I just want to kind of follow that tread with the pencil for the hazard marks. And all I want to do is give myself a little bit of a guideline. So this way, when I paint, I kind of have an idea where I want my lines to go. So, and I clear coated these before using the pencil on them. That way I had something for the pencil lead to stick to. This one would probably just have a little bit right there. So you can kind of see, it's just a guideline. It's not 100%, but it gives me something to start with instead of me just going in there with nothing. Oops. So I will get my black paint as soon as I can find it. And then I think next week A Billion Suns comes out. So hopefully I can get some asteroids painted up soon and have something to put on the table when we start playing that one day, when we can all get together and play again. Ooh. Oh, that sucked. I just dropped paint all over my pants. So what I'm going to use for a paintbrush is something with a longer bristle. This is one of the slow fuse gaming long wicks. And the reason I want to do that is this way I can just kind of lay the brush down, get on my pencil line, and then I'm not making a lot of strokes. I'm just kind of making a general stroke. And right now I'm just trying to get the lines down, then I'll start get them thick once I have the angles that I want. Is that the beginning of some hazard stripes I see? Yes, it is. Doing me some hazard stripes. You can see I got a little bit more aggressive with that last one. Now I'll just start thickening them up, kind of get everything to match. I think this one's also going to just have a very little bit at this tip here. All right. So that's the start. And then I'll come back in with the yellow, and then we'll blend it all in, or we'll make them look a little bit straighter. I'm not the best freehand painter, but I'm trying. This is kind of a new thing for me. Usually, last time I did hazard stripes, it was with the airbrush, but I didn't think I'd want to pull the airbrush out for this. So, yeah, I went a little bit too thick with the black. So we try again. Good thing about paint is if you ever make a mistake, you can just paint over it, repaint it. And you can always try again. Working on freehand is so much fun. If you say so, buddy. I'm a pro decal person. Probably could have just put decals on there. I probably have a ton of orc stripes. But I don't mind trying. This side's coming out a lot better. That side came out really nice compared to the other side. Yeah. I'm getting awfully droppy today. All right, so helps me with my brush control when I practice. Yes. I do need to practice more brush control. I think I just got a little carried away there. Good thing is you can always fix it. There we go. And get that little bit down there. It's getting there. I think that helps a lot. Just clean up those lines a little bit. The very tip of them, not 100%. I almost want more yellow than black. Just so it stands out a little bit more. I like it. I like it a lot. Just get my angles just a little bit better. So I'm going to thin down that last one a little bit, but I think I'm good. I think this will work for Gaslands. There we go. I'm happy with that. So we'll go over here and we'll clean up a little bit on these. Kind of brighten up that yellow a little bit. Thin down my lines a little bit. And I think we'll be good. Yeah, this is another one of those cars that's going to be over at IOG, Imperial Outpost Gaming, building a bunch of cars for the shop. And this is going to be one of them. And keep going. All right. There we go. What do you think? They're not 100%, but they're going to work for me. I think they make the car look a lot better. Thank you very much, Steve, for that recommendation. Or David, sorry. That was perfect. I love it. Now I just got to clean up where I kind of touched the car. Good thing it's only painted black. Looking good. Yes. Awesome recommendation, buddy. So what I'll do is I'll let this totally dry. And then tomorrow I will give it a clear coat. And make sure it's everything I want it to be. I think it looks fantastic. It's not perfect, but I'm okay with that. I could sit here and nitpick it, and do all kinds of stuff, but I think we got the point across. All right. So let me, sorry. Always keep my caps on my smaller brushes like that, just so I don't mess up the bristles. I really love how this car turned out. I just the look with these wheels set back like they are, that awesome turret on it. Once it's all done, I actually like the way, yeah, a little mishmash. I might clean up like one or two little spots here and there, but I'm not going to mess with it tonight. The paint's wet. We'll let it dry and we'll see how everything turns out tomorrow. But I just love how this car turned out. This is just awesome. I might have to make another one for myself. So this will be done here this week. Once I'm satisfied with the fenders, I'm going to dust it with some weathering powders. It's got paint all over the place. Yeah, I'll clear coat it, but I'll dust it with some weathering powders first. Get it kind of dusty. I don't want to rust it up. I've thought about that, but I've changed my mind. I got to do a little silver painting back here to make those parts stand out. Oh, I get it. Sort of matte coat clear. One of the reasons this paint's matte is this is actually Pro Acryl here. And Pro Acryl actually paints on really matte. It's a good paint. Anyways, so that's where that's at. This car is basically ready for paint. And this is going to be the car I'm going to do it's going to be 3-tone. So the top is going to be red. The sides are going to be gray. And then the fenders are going to be black. So those are the 3 colors of Imperial Outpost Gaming. And so I wanted to make sure it looks like a Batmobile. Yes, an older Batmobile. So I just wanted to I wanted to represent the shop, and then I'm going to put an Imperial Outpost Gaming logo on the hood. I got decals for that. So that's how that car is going to look, which I think it looks cool. And then the bug is I'm just going to work on getting these screens done. And then once the screens are done, this car just goes to paint. I have not decided on a color yet for this car. I'm still kind of, debating about my options, seeing what I want to do. Right now, I'm just kind of pushing the aluminum screen or the aluminum mesh down a little bit. Just trying to get it to go a little bit tighter in the corners. Okay, I got to leave the stream for tonight. It's starting to get a little bit more busy over here. Have a good night. All right, Steve, thanks for joining, buddy. I'm actually going to be cutting out here in a little bit too. I will see you maybe tomorrow on Wednesday. Have a good night. So Steve's working. So once I got it pushed down the way I like it. Again, I'm just trying to get the corners a little bit better. Then I'll just go ahead and hit it with some more super glue. Drop the paint. Super glue is what I use the most when building cars. So that's what we're looking at. Then I'll hit this back one. I know I said I'd wait till tomorrow, but I want to just get it done. Voila. A little bit more super glue, and then that's going to be about it for tonight. I'll show you a future project that I'm going to be working on. That's actually going to start here soon. Let that dry. Trying to find a place. So you kind of I showed you guys this a little bit. I got to zoom out. If you haven't figured out by now, I really like Volkswagens. I like bugs and buses and anything Volkswagen. So I got this off a snowplow vehicle. So my idea for this is basically going to look like that. So it's going to just have tracks, and I'm just going to kind of zoom this around on the table. This is way out of scale. This is actually a drag bus, so it's actually out of proportion, but it's kind of cool. And that's going to be my next big project. So what I'm going to have to do is figure out how I'm going to attach this bottom to this body. And that's what I want to figure out first. Once I get that figured out, then I'll go ahead and get the paint stripped. And I need to fill in this back section here. Sorry. Need to fill in this back section. Or maybe that's where I'll have my gun sticking out of. I haven't decided yet. But this is going to be the next big project of mine. As you guys know, I take my time building my cars. It could take me months to build one car. But I do enjoy the process, the creative process. So that's going to be my next one. It is 8:30, so I'll get close to 8:30. Let me turn these lights off because I am going to be flooded. Well, I do thank you guys for joining and hanging out. Jeff had to cut out early. He wasn't feeling good. So hopefully he'll be good and be back for Wednesday night show. So we should be back on Wednesday for the Wolf's Den. And I'm really optimistic that I'm going to finish that model I've been working on for over a month now. But it's looking fantastic. So I want to get that done. And then Saturday morning, we will be back with What's New with Mike and Jeff. Again, just chilling out, doing hobby stuff. But again, thank you all very much for joining. Have yourself a wonderful evening, and I will see you Wednesday night. You guys take care and have a good one. Bye.